Hey guys, it's me back with another video with another title list for you all. This time there are some massive changes. For those of you who are new, I make title lists based on actual math and not just basic preference. I leave a link to my first list video which shows the detailed math behind my program. Unlike my previous title lists which give a huge importance to cost, this time I took it to Reddit. I posted a poll on Reddit to see which criteria do people prefer the most, and the results were shocking. Most people prefer the draw animation of the weapon over its appearance and then over its VFX. Looks like people prefer the appearance of the knife over its VFX. Cost is the least instead of most, and this is justified. I took the percentages of the votes and paired the percentages against each other, and I changed the weights of each criteria based on that. This time cost is preferred the least, VFX is second least, then appearance, and most preferred the draw animation. I did not consider the Battle Pass knives as we are comparing store collections. I'll also leave a link to a spreadsheet in the description that will give you the detailed scores I had assigned. Those scores are also based on people's most preferred to least preferred style. Here's the list we get. On number 10, we got the Reaver Dagger. Whoa, Reaver Dagger is number 10? That's quite shocking. The Reaver has a dagger animation, which is actually quite common now, and a pretty good VFX. The knife, however, looks a bit blunt compared to, say, Forsaken, and it's still a really good knife, and the program places it in 10th place in comparison to other knives on the list. Number 9, we got the Candy Cane Sword. You might be thinking, why is the Reaver below Candy Cane? While it's true that Reaver provides more value, it is a bit expensive, and that is probably why the math put Candy Cane above Reaver. Candy Cane costs only 2500 VP. It has a very nice and light weight draw animation. It has no VFX, so I gave it actually the worst VFX score. It looks decent, so I gave it a decent look score. But given the fact that it's cheaper and it has a nice draw animation, which is the lightweight bayonet style animation, the program just put it above Reaver in the form of value. It also has a secret Easter egg, unlike every other knife. This specific knife has an Easter egg where if you use it too many times it breaks, which many people also like. Number 8, we got the Glitch Pop Dagger. It is one of the best daggers out there, but it is quite expensive. The knife's edge is also a bit blunt and not sharp. Just imagine if the end of the Glitch Pop Dagger was very sharp and threatening. This knife would definitely be at the top. It does have top tier animation and VFX, but it is also very expensive, so don't forget that. But it provides a bit more value for the higher cost. On number 7, we got the Gun Collection Baton. While not the best at looks, it does have a very nice VFX and it feels very lightweight. The color scheme is also quite simple and pleasing to the eye, and the pull-out animation it has in the form of VFX is also quite nice. Number 6, we got the Sovereign Sword. One of the best swords in the game right now with very nice VFX and draw animation. It actually looks quite nice as well in game, especially if you play in low graphics, and I definitely feel like it looks brighter and simpler in low graphics than the high graphics counterpart. Definitely worth the value though if you pay for it. Number 5 was taken from the newest edition, the Go Kunai. The Kunai was a recent addition to the game and it's been popping up everywhere. The spinning animation is quite nice and feels quite addicting. I'm sure many kunai owners would agree that this knife definitely provides nice feeling when using it. Number 4 was decided to be the Glitch Pop Axe. Also a recent addition to the game that is quite expensive, but just like the Glitch Pop Dagger, it has a lot of VFX that people are more interested in, and bright popping colors that change every time you bring the axe up. One critique that many people from the community were speaking about is that it feels a bit too thin for some reason, possibly due to the thin grip, and I kinda agree with that, but it's still a really nice sword, so you will not regret it if you have the money to pay for it. It has a really nice draw animation with really good VFX, not the best it looks, but people prefer draw animation and VFX quite high, and possibly why the program had put it a bit high. On number 3, we have the new Celestial Fan. This melee weapon is like no other. The draw animation is unique, the inspecting factor is addicting, and it looks pretty nice. It's also not too expensive and costs the same as Reaver knife and other previous knives on the list. Number 2 was calculated to be the most controversial the one and only Prime Karambit. While the weapon itself is quite nice with a very nice inspecting talon animation that you get whenever you inspect it, it also has really good VFX. The level 2 animation replacement is a bit of a disappointment. People disliked the level 2 animation that replaces the default Karambit style animation that it has. And in the future, Riot actually has plans to implement a toggle system so that players can remove the level 2 and downgrade to level 1. I am sure many would love the weapon once it gets downgraded. Before revealing number 1, do keep in mind that this is still an experiment. This list is being determined using mathematical methods. Just remember that before you judge the entire list. Number 1, we got the newest collection in the game. A very sharp looking slim knife with a very nice VFX particles emanating from it. That also costs less and fits Viper mains quite nice. The Forsaken Ritual Blade, a recent addition to the game that even I cannot get bored of. I played with this knife a lot and I just cannot get myself to replace this weapon. I give it a very high draw animation score, extremely high VFX score and extremely high appearance. Along with its cheap cost, the programmer had put it on top of the list. So, from the new ratings, this is the list that it had produced. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're wondering, Elder Flame was 11th, followed by Spline, followed by Ion, then Prime, and then Oni. The full list screenshot is shown here, and yeah, what do you think? I'll probably have to find a better way to find weights for the 4 category, which is draw animation, the cost, blah blah blah, and yeah, I'll still probably work on this a bit if I can, and yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.